And then there's a basement which you guys can see later. And then for now, this is our shrine room / meeting room. And then here's an offering that usually we normally do. Yeah. Go. That's just suggestion. And please check it here and we'll get started in case you and there's ways to get out of here if you need. Yeah, of course. Yeah, sure. And is that too tight or you guys do it over there? Okay. All right. Tadi bujuk. Aku curang dah roh. Aku jual roh.
Shuksa de madam na shakya mai wole shakya disha le amge phene di le
시키한테 쏜다. 송산.
Jeto no site na ya longe mesmo acho lá. Juliano, Gengoto, Nipa Jeto, de longe. Mas Jeto é eu, mas cheio, mas depois já Luiz mano guia,
내가 동반이 되는 쇼쇼
yo shakya madam na kana mai wole yo
ale 너무 좋아 우리 내만 계속 이 간들아 아다티 이게 아다티 렉시타 시체 나와 보니
tanda jiga chongchu tanda chongmi namba da tanda gyule ningba they shall get doing Shoronas. Sebela yape, sebela desho. Ane sebela kunjo la de doing Shorona. Tona ane mare ya di gelu tandi ya sebela. Yeah. Kinci pasang deh. 지금 총중 단다 총이나 봐야나 아니 야 된 쇼라나스 안테네 ngaraso 아니 당이기 아니 귤레 surba ngaraso 우주 슈산라 고주샤나 디사치 치다사네. So good afternoon to everyone. We'll be starting the program. First of all, I'm going to have everyone to stand. We'll be doing the national anthem, Tibetan national anthem, and right after that, I'm going to have everybody keep standing. We'll be doing the American national anthem. And then right after that, we have our Democracy Day song that'll be played. Sama kushen na. Peki kap chami gelu che nye se shipende de go chuwete do te sambe no be namba te no je ga che kyo we che no so ke 도제 감소됨에 조그 참세교 남극가와 갸테 르바고나레 왼조 대신 하다게 왼조 주가 숨기켜나 이기조대사베 주시기 배유다 도대조조게 배점리 영백이 부시대 벨라주 배조된 주게 생일기 자시은아 봄도 조베세 나중은 배유래 개교지 Thank you. ဒီစမလာတနာမြမလောင်ကိုတနာကိုရှင်တော့ Thank you. Please be seated. For the next, I'm going to invite Mr. Tenzin Jimila, President, Tibetan Colorado Association.
Just delay. Hello, everybody. On behalf of the Tibetan Association of Colorado, we offer our deep reverence to His Holiness the Dalai Lama, our supreme leader of Tibet and the founder of the Tibetan democracy. We also extend a warm welcome to our TAC founding members who are present with us today, and longtime supporters of the TAC and our community members present here. Today, we are gathered here not only to celebrate the opening ceremony of our brand new community center, but we are also here to celebrate the 62nd anniversary of the Tibetan Democracy Day. So I would like to take some time to read the statement of the Tibetan Cabinet, Kashak, on the 62nd anniversary of Tibetan Democracy Day. On this momentous occasion of the 62nd anniversary of the Tibetan Democracy Day, the Kashak extends its greeting to the Tibetan brethren in and outside Tibet and friends who support the just cause of Tibet. Over the past 60 years, our commitment and ability to follow and make sound development of the democratic system has been the cornerstone of our remarkable achievement in furthering the cause of Tibet and developing a successful Tibetan community in exile.
The democratic system, while in exile, is the strength and the driving force of our movement. It will also be the most precious gift to our Tibetan brethren when we are finally reunited. In our statement on the Tibetan Democracy Day last year, the Kashak spoke about how His Holiness the Dalai Lama initiated and steered the Tibetan people on the path of democracy. On this occasion, the Kashak will speak on the evolution of the Kashak and the judiciary during the democratic process. The Kashak was established by the 7th Dalai Lama, Kelsang Gyatso, when he assumed spiritual and political leadership of Tibet in 1751. The Kashak at the time was constituted of 3 lay and 1 monk ministers, which has since undergone gradual changes. However, the uninterrupted continuation of the Tibetan government's legitimacy from the first king Nyari Zembo to Gande Podang has been symbolized by the handover of the official seal, Katam Sishitiki, by the 7th Dalai Lama to then Kashak. The tradition of handing over of the seal during the change of Kashak has continued until now. After coming into exile in India, His Holiness the Dalai Lama announced the repudiation of the 17-point agreement in Tezpur on 18 April 1959. On his arrival in Mussoorie on 25 April 1959, His Holiness the Dalai Lama told a gathering of Galuns and government officials to deliberate on the re-establishment of the Tibetan government in line with the modern system and assign responsibilities to work in it. On 29 April 1959, His Holiness the Dalai Lama was apprised of the minutes of the deliberation, and accordingly an interim first Kashak was constituted with the appointment of an acting Prime Minister, 4 ministers and their ministers and staff. On 20th June 1959, His Holiness the Dalai Lama said in his first meeting with the press that wherever I am, accompanied by my government, the Tibetan people will recognize as the government of Tibet. On September 2nd, 1960, the system of appointing Galuns and secretaries by His Holiness the Dalai Lama from the nominations presented by the Assembly of the Tibetan People's Deputies was established. Further, the existing system whereby Galuns deliberate and decide on all matters were reformed. The Cabinet Council was constituted to decide important matters. Galuns were assigned responsibility to administer religion, home, foreign relations, finance, and education through their respective offices. Since the re-establishment of the Kashak until the dissolution of the 7th Kashak and the 10th Assembly of the Tibetan People's Deputies on 11th May 1990, the term of the Kashak varied, with the 1st Kashak administrating for a few months, 2nd, 3rd, and the 5th Kashak for 3 years, and the 4th, 6th, and 7th Kashak for 6 years. The number of Galuns appointed remained 5 to 7, although the Charter of the Tibetans in Exile stipulated a 5-year term for the Kashak. The tenure of the 8th, 9th, and 10th Kashak remained 11 months, 17 months, and 3 years and 3 months respectively. The 5-year tenure was implemented from the 11th Kashak. Even though it is difficult to implement in an exiled community, the Supreme Justice Commission is the supreme appellate court for the Tibetan individuals and public institutions in exile, and the highest judiciary authority of the Tibetan administration, as stipulated in the Charter of Tibetans in Exile. The Supreme Justice Commission, aside from the criminal and property dispute handled by the host government, is empowered to interpret the Charter and invalidate any laws, executive orders, and regulations that violate any of the provisions of the Charter, to safeguard democracy and to create a fair and equal society by protecting the fundamental rights of the people. Although today is a moment for us to celebrate, some areas of Tibet have still been facing problems of COVID-19 outbreak and natural calamities. The Chinese government's extreme disease preventive measures have affected the normal life of Tibetans. We appeal to our Tibetan brothers and sisters in Tibet to exercise social distancing and preventative measures, and also recite mantra of Tara as per divination. As announced earlier, the Kashak re-appeals to the Tibetans in exile to cite the mantra of Tara. On June 23, 2022, the U.S. Congress organized for the first time a hearing of experts on the historical status of Tibet. The experts, based on Chinese documents and international law, pointed out that the Chinese government's claim that Tibet as part of China since ancient times is not true. We would like to thank the Representative Jim McGovern and Representative Michael McCall of the U.S. Congress for introducing the promoting a resolution to the Tibet-China Conflict Act on July 13, 2022. It not only conforms to the Central Tibetan Administration's middle way approach policy, but also helps to give leverage to our efforts to resolve the Sino-Tibet conflict through dialogue. We will continue to make efforts to encourage like-minded countries in Europe to do the same. The demographic survey of the Tibetans in exile was started on 18 July 2022. The collection of census in India, Nepal, and Bhutan is completed. Once we receive the survey forms from the overseas countries, the status of Tibetan population will become clear. We hope that the population census will serve as a scientific database for the Central Tibetan Administration to implement its project. Since about a year, the Sikyong, Kalins, and concerned officials of the department visited Tibetan settlements to assess the need of the general public. It has enabled the Kashak to formulate projects for the next 4 years, such as rehabilitation of those who don't have homes and needy ones in the settlements, and plantations for medicinal herbs in the agricultural settlements. It helps to form a clear objective, structure, and implementation of projects as per the needs of the people. Although the Charter of Tibetans in Exile have undergone a series of amendments during the 30 years since its promulgation, it still requires necessary reforms in accordance with the reality and the democratic principles in view of the apparent issues. Thus, we hope that Charter Amendment Committee will be formed in upcoming Parliament session. Lastly, we pray for the immediate end to the conflicts and pandemics in the world. May His Holiness Dalai Lama's meritorious deeds continue to flourish and all his wishes spontaneously fulfilled. The Kashak, September 2nd, 2022. So, anyways, I thought long and hard as to the theme and the message that I wanted to convey to all present here with our TAC founders and our community members. And the simplest answer, first of all, I would like to say that I'm speaking in English all throughout because of our revered guests over here. And that's the reason why I'll be speaking English, so we have a clear understanding. And so the resounding theme that keeps coming up to me is just a sense of gratitude that I feel in the little over a year that I've been with the executive board members now. Just a sense of gratitude that from the inception of this vision to purchase a community center by ex-president Tenzin Konchola back in 2013, which is literally about 9 or 10 years ago, and the long sustained effort by the TAC Housing Committee members and also the past and present TAC Executive Board members, volunteers, and generous financial support by our TAC founding members, also financial commitments from within the community and in the form of TAC Membership Plus, and just any general specific donation amounts that individuals could afford. So our successful effort in purchasing our very first community center here is a true testament that all things are possible when people come together and believe in a cause that is truly beneficial to the society at large. And I am just filled with joy and energy, even though physically I'm fatigued. Me and our executive board members working night and day, week after week, doing our best that we can with the help of all of the volunteers. It's finally come to this where we have an actual opening ceremony with all our revered guests who have played an instrumental role in getting us to this point. So again, from the bottom of my heart, I want to thank everybody present here. The burst of energy and that is just palpable, throughout our community, from our language, dance, song, and instrument teachers, their excitement of having a permanent facility to grow and sustain our various programs that I spoke of earlier, and without the hindrance of rain, snow, and crazy wind gusts that we had to face in the park. Now we don't have to do that anymore. So it is our collective resolve has strengthened, to accomplish our mission, to preserve our unique Tibetan culture, language, and ensure that we keep working that so our young Tibetan Americans growing up in America can learn their own language and be proud of their Tibetan heritage, essentially. So we're also very excited to use this space as this very space and that we are in as our shrine room, where we can have meditation classes, community gatherings for important Buddhist calendar days, host teachings on the Buddha Dharma as well, and as per the goals of the dream project that we had about the Center for Ethics, have opportunities where we can have interfaith gatherings as well, and we can be open to the public as well. So all of those things now are a possibility, and we are determined to make it come true. And as I had also explained to many, that we do have an adjacent lot next to us as well that belongs to us, and we have some ideas in the future as to how we want to enhance it and how we can enhance our current building, and we can further achieve the goals of the Tibetan Culture Center for Ethics. So please let me know, let any of the executive board members know if you're curious about how you can help us with our new project. And so I have taken much of your time. We are approaching our lunchtime, and last thing we want to do before we go enjoy our great lunch catered by Little Tibetan Boulder, on behalf of the Tibetan Association of Colorado, I would like to present our chief guest here with a personalized memento to show our appreciation for your continued support. So I would like to request Lopin Richula to come up to the stage and do us the honor of presenting the memento. Any yajik peda pebala pagi sambu sum tikwa isum ne any ming tisha first we have Olivia Hansen. Please, if you could just stand up and then let the community see you. Thank you so much. And then Olivia has been a long-term supporter of His Holiness the Dalai Lama, TCV, Tibet Fund, and our Tibetan Association of Colorado. She's being honored by the Tibet Fund at the 12th Tibet Fund Gala this year, and she's been honored as the honorary guest over there. And it's been a pleasure to meet you and get to know you. And once again, thank you so much. I want to request the next person, my old friend, Wade Luther, please. I've had the pleasure of working with Wade for a long time, and he has always financially supported the TSC throughout the years. And I want to thank you once again. Thank you, Wade. And last but not the least, I want to request Casey, and Erin is with the daughter, so maybe Casey can do the honor. Casey, if you don't know already, I'll wait till the clap subsides so you can hear what I'm saying. So Casey and Erin, through their donation of $150,000, has enabled us to pay off our loan and not to have to worry about any monthly dues, mortgage dues. And from the first time receiving your email about just wanting to help, and then from meeting you for a cup of coffee, and then going home with a check for $150,000, it's just surreal. And I cannot explain to you how much appreciative we are as a whole community, that we are at this stage largely because of your doing. Thank you so much to you and Erin. Yeah. And one of our TSC founding members, who was supposed to show up but last minute had to cancel was Brenda Rue, and she's also a TAC founding member. And then she was generous enough to donate to the Tibetan Association all of the tankas you see around here, and many of the statues that you see on the altar, and then all of the decorative things that you see throughout the building. So we are very grateful to Brenda as well. And then since many of the TAC founding members are not able to be here, I'm just going to call the name out, and then we can just clap at the end of it. We have Christina Boards, and if you guys are one of them, let me know, because I Christina Boards, Robert Katz, Elena Amsterdam, Theodore Malone, Felicitas Funk, Billy and Christy Wynn, Christopher Hormel, who we reached out to last minute after as a follow-up, and then could not show up and he is a large donor as well. He donated $50,000 to us. So, and then Jane Gardner finally. Round of applause for all of them. Thank you. Okay. So last but not the least, we have our TAC committee, housing committee members, and who we want to call upon one by one to accept your memento as a token of appreciation for all the hard work that you have done over the course of 9-10 years. I've had the pleasure of working with you, and it's really a spirited, discussions that we've had, and this is the ultimate result, and we should all be proud about what we've done. So first, I would like to call Gandhi Nubula. After that, Tizit Ashila. And Tenzin Namdullah, I saw him here somewhere. Tenzin Namdullah, are you here? And then while he steps up, Tenzin Sebula. And then, And then Namkala Pidwe. Ani laso any Silanzula Pedwe. Silanzula laso. Yeah, any Silanzula in Namkala, any things pasal like the Pemdo, things pasal like a chigre. Any so again, just as the TAC founding members, I have Tinsi Kunchula as the last person here, and the reason why I did it is I want to expand a bit more about how I truly feel about, how much he has really contributed. And from his bold vision, from his bold vision back in 2013, and his continued support for TAC, and it's well known, all of the effort that you have done, and we truly appreciate it. It is a bit strange as my brother-in-law to praise him, but we must give credit when it's due. And up until last night, or even this morning, we were all just trying to clean up and set up this place for you guys. So the beautiful paint that you see in the shrine room and the paint throughout the whole building has been done by him and his company. And it was completely free of cost, and it has saved us thousands of dollars. So please, a big round of applause. And finally, on behalf of the TAC, I'd like to say that you truly have been a catalyst, to progress and inspiration to many to think beyond oneself and serve the community. So thank you so much. And then I'm also a TAC Housing Committee member, so I'll accept mine. Okay. And I've been looking at my watch, so we have 5 minutes till lunchtime. So I have wrapped up with everything that I wanted to. There are some other announcements that we can do later on, but yeah, I have a quick little note. Give me 1 second. So yeah, in conclusion, I just want to say that I'm a firm believer that for an organization to succeed in accomplishing their mission or completing a project or anything, it is imperative that the community support and actively participate by volunteering your valuable time and money. We have succeeded in realizing our dream project because of your support, and we hope that you continue to do so. Thank you very much. And then one last thing, we have past executive TAC board members where we have some certificate of appreciation for them. So this DJ Redechnia Keshuda. Just to make sure, I don't think I forgot, but one of the TAC Housing Committee members is Tenzi Pasang as well, who's not here. And the certificate some of yours did not better. Ni kerang admin kan tanggal lagi lecho. Tenzi namdula ya peda. Nyema gulil na kabre. Kyla Sheriff, the mail data. Pema Samu? Yes. Pema Samu, Angela, your wife, Pema Samu, la did the next one. Jashi Chuzum La, Jashi Chuzum La, do Is it nosy? Is it nosy La do I'll take the like Chujo, they happen. These are certificate of appreciation issued by the Office of Tibet in Washington, D.C. Any questions? I'll depend on some of We'll have this better plan next time. Nimashidilla, Yapina. Jashi Kangsar, right now. Kade Lubula. Tujuna Kanila. So, and then that concludes our and then we have the lunch should be set up and ready. So. And please, we'd like to request our honored guests to just head down, and then we'll take you to where the delicacies are. Thank you, Lovila. Any get the Peganali shooting the law. The consul nhập the church to Kuchi. Any crowd do each other, Peganang, Gashi Shushagi, Yoguchi, to the Masada dollar. Tada the Sama Kingre and the demographic survey legend, did the Kasi extend chess room. Kamachigo. Wakum there. Remote. Remote the Cheshire. Any demographic survey the Tanda Matsu Walla Pematsawa ki Josi thing the Shagre, Dela Tep Jangu Tone, 당라 자리에 돈에 지와 무 다 온라인 나다 가리 연예계 아니 디 컨티나로 나란 쉬어이 엔냥도라 데모그래픽 서베 디 요레 디디 강와 되지나 아니 가서 다들 뒤체 아니 사인 나이 디파 되줄고 바타샤이 아니 디 달로 진짜 구어터니 니삭숨다 니삭실라 티베트 로비 데지 수고레 로타르시 수고레 달레들라 버추얼 마레 아니 데라 망체 나슈에 되는 주고레 아니 달레들라 다 미직 동에지 단다 연규 미직 고두 수편도 요 되지나 소배기 남주 조선다 아니 파게 슈사기 자리 참아 지고레란 슈야이 아니 야디 다진다 마페사 어제라 아기 투지나 지 슈야지 되지요 다다 다지가 뜻이 제바 제샤 산들란다 되질라 안다 벨네 페어지 콩나가 콩니기 아다 니망아도 차와갑라 진들르로 중앙디 직동직 남의 페어에 두바트 되교다 참아 아니 카다 디 마우슈지 남페샤 소콜라 가서 텔레 요 라니 슈에이 아니 리메바 토네 코랑기 셰데 나솔란 투치나 슈에이 컨돌라 아니 야테 다다 디 귤레 마임바 디지 노살라 춘델라 파살라 다다 미망고 요르와 데 먹어야지 카지 장마소에 갑라 파워 와시에 이너레 아니 잘라 야마가에네 로파칭에 할레 망고 요 아니 가시징에 세 마테마리지나 공마수로 나로와 상말라 투지 닝타반 투지나 슈야이 아니 레 공도 시원에 시야다 아주 오늘 달렌데라 베베는 가나서 나구라네 무페 충분히 막 된도 레 숨도 두개 자실랭에 아니 숨도 두개 디마나 되지네게 야 고무치도 니도 납야 가수 수수 낭도 된나와디 할레의 겹견당 숨 나부터 상황이 까디 레 가서 다 지간데 달랭 가서 대요와디 아니 상말을 수수수 다 차친구 있다로나 도치나 아니 다시라 니오지나나 아니 디젤라 고시에다 아니 흘리진 가서 철로 링가 철로 겹로 쉬어야한다